Hey, beautiful people of the internet, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully great. Welcome back to some Warframe. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to take out the Prophet Taker by yourself, because you know it's much better to rely on yourself than to others. So before I continue with the video, please spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos. If this is your first time fighting the Prophet Taker, there's one major task that needs to be accomplished, and that is ensure that you guys are at maximum rank with the Solaris United faction called Old Mate. Now there are 5 tiers. You guys start at rank 0, which is neutral, and you work your way up. So the first rank is called Outworlder, the second rank is called Rapscallion, the third rank is called Doer, the fourth rank is called Cove, and finally the fifth rank is called Old Mate. You guys need to go through all 4 of those ranks in order to reach Old Mate. If you guys don't reach Old Mate, then the game will not allow you to fight the Prophet Taker. Even if someone tries to taxi you, it just won't allow it. So I repeat this again. Make sure that you're at rank 5 or Old Mate rank with the Solaris United faction, like so. Once you guys have hit Old Mate rank with Solaris United, you then need to go to the secret room. Shh! It's a secret! Don't tell anybody! In order to get there, press escape, click fast travel, and travel to Little Duck. And here you have it, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the secret room. So once you're in the secret room, go up to this table, push X for the briefing, and click on Prophet Taker. Once you clicked on Prophet Taker, you'll be prompted with 4 bounties: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and finally phase 4. Now of course you have to do these bounties in numerical order, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It is very important to do so, because when you get to the 3rd phase and you complete it for the first time, you'll get this reward called the Gravamag, or the Graviton, or sorry, the Gravamag. Once you get the Gravamag, go back to your orbiter and you'll get this little message. Basically, this message will be a blueprint for an arc gun deployer. Go to your foundry and craft the thing. Once you guys are done crafting the arc gun deployer, it is now time to move on to phase 4. And that is the showdown. This is where you kill the Prophet Taker. For the Prophet Taker, we are going to be needing 2 pieces of gear. The first one is energy restorations. Make sure you guys go to Dojo and pick up the blueprint that makes 100 of these things. And secondly, the arc gun deployer. You'll need this because the second phase of the fight will require you to damage the Prophet Taker with your arc gun. The weapon I'm going to be using for the fight is called the Fluctus. This basically shoots out exalted blade slashes out. So let me show you guys the build. So here's a build. Of course there's no formal on this build. For our mods we have magazine extension for bigger magazine capacity, parallax scope for more critical chance, zodiac shred for more slash, rubido lined barrel for more damage, and for our elemental we've got ourselves electrified barrel for more electricity, and combustion runs for more heat. Combining these 2 will give us radiation. Now we'll need radiation against the Prophet Taker because the Prophet Taker's armor is alloy, and alloy takes 75% more damage against radiation. So whatever weapon you have, make sure that you guys have radiation on your weapons, on your arc gun weapons. Now for the other 2 mods, if you guys can fit, basically just put as much damage as possible. I unfortunately don't have all the mods to this. I did complete the Prophet Taker, and here's what I got for my reward: the magma chamber, more stage chance. So if you guys have this mod, make sure to equip it. That way you guys can increase your damage. For our equipment, we will be needing chroma as our warframe. For the primary, we will be needing the optical vandal, and for our secondary, this is the tomb finger kit gun. Don't worry, I'll tell you guys the exact parts I use along with the build itself. For our school tree, we will be needing Vazarin. Why Vazarin and not generic is because with Vazarin, it will help us stay alive because we can just constantly heal ourselves at will. And because we're doing the solo, there's going to be a lot of aggro focused on us. So let me get on with the build itself. So starting off with chroma. So here's a build for chroma. It's a 0 forma build. We don't use forma on this channel unless it's important. So starting off with our aura, we've got ourselves growing power. The way that growing power works is applying a status effect of any type will increase the ability strength for 6 seconds. In other words, we'll get 25% more power strength on our ability if we do a status proc on a target. We've got ourselves Primed Flow for a bigger energy pool, Transient Fortitude, Blind Rage, Augur Secrets, and Intensify for more power strength. The more power strength we have, the more damage we can dish out, and a higher armor value. We've got ourselves a Vitality, that way we don't die so easy, for bigger health. Narrow-minded and Primed Continuity for more duration. The more duration we have, the longer our abilities last. For our Arcanes, we have a Guardian and a Grace. A Guardian for more armor, that way we don't die so easily, and a Grace, that way we can also regenerate our health. These are the most important Arcanes you'll need for Chroma. Anything else is absolutely useless. So here's the Optical Vandal build, and of course we didn't use Former on this build for reasons. So starting off with our mods, we've got ourselves Split Chamber for more multi-shot, Point Strike for more critical chance, Vigilante Ornaments for even more multi-shot, and Serration for even more damage. For our elements, we've got ourselves Rime Runs for more cold and stage chance, High Voltage for more electricity and stage chance, and Milligan Force for even more toxin and stage chance. Now this is a very obscurely built weapon because we've got multiple elements on it. This is ideally not the way you want to build, but because it's Prophet Taker, you need to build your weapons like this. The reason being is it's the way the Prophet Taker boss fight works. So basically, when you fight the Prophet Taker is going to have this shield that you first need to deplete, and on its forehead it'll display to you an element. What that means is that whatever element you see on the Prophet Taker's forehead will mean that what element is allowed to damage that shield. So for instance, on the forehead, if it says that you need to deal magnetic damage, then what that means is you need to pull out the optical and shoot it, because your optical is modded for magnetic. If it says toxin, you do the same. With damage mods, it's a little bit complicated. Like for instance, you need to know that whichever damage mod has the highest value, so in this case puncture, if the Prophet Taker says that it has a puncture symbol on its forehead, then you know in your mind that, hey, I need to shoot the shield with the optical, because you know it has puncture as its main damage type. Sorry, physical damage type. So for our secondary, we have the Tomb Finger secondary kit gun. Now here are the parts. For the chamber, we use the Tomb Finger. For the loader, we have the Splat. And finally for the grip, we have the Haymaker. Now when you mod this weapon and guild it, your critical chance will be at 38% by default. So make sure that you've got that. Now for the mods. So here's a build for my secondary Tomb Finger kit gun. Now unfortunately, I've already added 4 Former to this build. For those who want to add Former, you just need to add 3. The reason why I've got 4 is because I've got a Riven for this weapon. Now starting off with the mods, we've got ourselves Pathogen for more toxin, Jolt for more electricity and stage chance, and Frostbite for more cold and even more stage chance. We've got Primed Target Cracker for more critical damage, Primed Pistol Gammon for more critical chance. For these 2 mods, if you want to save up on Former, what I recommend you do is just replace the primed variants of these mods with their normal versions of themselves. For our damage mods, we've got Hornet Strike for more damage, Barrel Diffusion for more multi-shot, and Lethal Turn for even more multi-shot, and with the bonus of Rate of Fire. With this build, you will be covering Impact, Impact, Cold, Radiation, and Corrosive. Those are the elementals you'll be covering for. And remember, during the fight, make sure that you pay attention to the Prophet Taker's symbol on its forehead. Now for the school tree, we are going to be needing Vazarin. So click on this and head to this node right here, Protective Dash. Allies hit by Void Dash are granted immunity from damage for 5 seconds and healed 60% over 5 seconds. Note, this does apply to yourself, so the way this works is simple. Go into your operative form, find your Warframe, dash through it, and you'll get the benefits from Protective Dash. This is very important because you are doing this solo, there's no crowd control, you're there by yourself, all the aggro is focused on you, and even for Chroma, he can't take so much damage, especially with his nerf that happened so long ago, he's a lot less tankier now. So here's some gameplay of the Prophet Taker fight. Now of course I'm doing the solo and the giant spiders behind me, so my wanted level's high and there's lots and lots of enemies. If you look on its forehead, you'll see it says there it's flashing radiation. What that means is I need to pull out a weapon that can deal radiation damage in order to damage the shields. So in this case I reposition myself and pull out the Tomb Finger and just damage its shields. Doing so will then deplete its shields. Now here I'm just popping some heals because there's a lot of enemies and Chroma can't take all the damage. Now it says here that I need to deal Toxin At the time of making this video, I don't remember what elements I had with me, so I just changed the element. Now it's blast. If you guys get a element that you don't have, what you need to do is you need to change the element of a shield. So in this case, in order to do so, hop into your operator and shoot it with void energy like so. And of course, another tactic is make sure that you guys constantly move around. It makes it a lot harder for them to kill you or hit you. Doing so, just make sure that you keep spamming your heals like the operator dash. So in this case, I thought I didn't have toxin, so I changed the element, and it's right now. Hold on, let me just get a better position for you guys. It says I need to deal slash. Now I know in the back of my head I don't have slash, so I need to change its element to something else. Once you guys have fully depleted the Prophet Taker shield, you are then required to go and damage all 4 of its legs. So what you guys need to do is go and find cover and deploy your arc gun. Remember, the build that I gave you guys, ensure that you have radiation on your weapon, because radiation deals 75% more damage to alloy armor, and that's the type of armor that the Prophet Taker has. Once you guys have damaged all the legs of the Prophet Taker, you now need to move on to taking down or damaging the Prophet Taker's centerpiece. So what I do here is I go and I grab myself a vantage point, that way I can see everything. I get to my vantage point and I'll start damaging it. Now the center part of the Prophet Taker has a damage cap, so you can't just take everything down in one rotation. Instead, what's going to happen is you will be tasked to take down a whole bunch of these pylons. Therefore, in this case, just quickly travel to him using your operator. If you don't have that skill tree, it's fine. Just get to them and destroy them. Once you guys have taken care of the pylons, you then need to go and attack the Prophet Taker and its legs. Once the legs have been taken care of, move on to its headpiece, deal damage to it. Of course, there's a cap, and it'll regenerate its shields. From here onwards, it just means that you have to rinse and repeat. I'll summarize everything for you guys. So, starting off step 1, go and take out the Prophet Taker shields and adjust according to the elements. In order to change what elemental damage you need to deal with, just shoot it with your operator. Once the shields are down, go and attack its legs and then its centerpiece. After that, destroy all the pylons, and then remember, with the second phase, the pylons, instead of having 4 pylons, there's going to be 6 pylons. And then eventually you're just going to be able to kill the Prophet Taker and completely deplete the health of the Prophet Taker and its centerpiece. So I forgot to mention to you guys, during the second half of the boss fight, there's a 4-minute timer there. Now I'm not too sure what happens if you can't beat the boss within that timer, but as far as I can tell, I think you fail the entire mission. So what I did was, I was able to beat the boss fight within 23 seconds left to spare, so just on time. When you guys kill the Prophet Taker, make sure that you guys pay attention, because this monstrosity of a machine will explode and it will kill you. So pick up all your rewards. Your rewards will be marked by a white symbol. Once you've got all your rewards, hop onto your arc wing and get out of there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed the video and if it's helped you, leave a like. Spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos. I'ma make like a banana and split.